Mr. Peckford and I have been talking over the last week.
What a time to be alive. I don't know if I'm going to get banned on YouTube for this. I'm definitely going to post it on Rumble and maybe other apps. But this, I highly recommend Canadians and even Americans and even Brits to watch this full video, because what's happening right now in Canada, and this happened 11 days ago, not only has never happened in the history of any Western democracy, I personally don't even think this has happened in any country. Because Jordan Peterson is interviewing the last living Canadian Constitutional Charter of Rights signer. And this man is suing the Prime Minister of Canada, the current Prime Minister of Canada, for violating the Constitution. Like, this shocked me. Like, could you imagine? It's like, I don't know, like James Madison or Thomas Jefferson comes back in time, or comes forward in time, and sues Biden. It's like, yo, you're being unconstitutional. Like, holy shit. What a time to be alive. There's a little bit of bad news and sad news with this, but I think it's mainly a good thing, and I think it's mainly history's being made. And, tougher roads lead to greater destinations, right? So I'm going to play just the first few minutes.
Because he has serious concerns about the policies of the current Canadian government in relationship to the Canadian Charter of Rights, which was established as part of the Constitution Act in the 1980s. And he, as I said in the bio, is the only living minister who participated in that constitutional process, and is therefore a unique, let's say, historical and current resource, because he can help illuminate Canadians as to the intent of the people who were instrumental in drafting, writing, and agreeing on all of those fundamentally important accords. So let's start by talking about what concerns are driving you to re-enter the political discussion at the moment.
Well, primarily it is the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, especially those freedoms and rights that are in sections 2, 6, 7, and 15 of the Charter, which I helped craft. And they're freedoms of association, freedoms of expression, religion, conscience, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, that's in Section 2. Section 6 is freedom of mobility, the right to travel anywhere in Canada or leave Canada. Section 6 deals with life, liberty, and the security of the person. And Section 15 with equality. Every Canadian is equal before the law. As we sit here today, those provisions are being violated by all the governments of Canada, but in particular, in my case right now, the federal government of Canada, and I'm about to launch a lawsuit against the federal government because of these mandates, especially their travel ban.
Yep. I'm gonna minimize the music on this. Like I said, I highly recommend you guys watch this. It's amazing, and it's also very informative. But it's also shocking to me that, again, first of all, like, he's alive. There is a living member of the Drafters Constitution. And that's the thing, people forget, Canada is a pretty young country. And one of the saddest facts about Canada is the fact that we are a country without a constitution, technically. This is where it gets to some weird territories. And I am not a professional lawyer. I'm trying to be a professional lawyer, and I'm going to study this more and possibly make a video on this. I just wanted to quickly have this uploaded and have a lot of people know the quick version of what's happening, because I know not a lot of people are going to watch the entire 2 hours of the video, and that's fair. But this was shocking. See, countries with uncodified constitutions. So an uncodified constitution is a constitution made up of rules that are found from various documents in the absence of a single document or single constitution, like what US has. Documents used as references may include commentaries by judiciary and legal experts. The Uncodified Constitution is sometimes referred to as unwritten Constitution. That's why Canada has an unwritten one. Although this is not entirely accurate, as its elements are written down in several official documents. Under the Uncodified Constitution, new conditions and situations of government are resolved by precedent or passing legislation. So this is it. This is literally like Canada's crossroad of destiny. By the end of this lawsuit, things will never be the same. Like, this is insane. And the funny thing is, I'm shocked that Israel doesn't have a codified constitution. Neither does New Zealand. Very disappointed. Saudi Arabia is not a big surprise. I mean, they say their Quran is the constitution. UK, and then number one is Canada. This was Canada actually has the weakest constitution, arguably, out of all the Western democracies in the world. Actually, out of any constitutional country in the world. And one of the things people forget is that constitutionalism is the best thing against tyranny. It's not just democracy. Because democracy could end up with another tyranny of the majority. But with a constitution, no, everybody's rights are saved no matter what the majority want. Like if the majority says, okay guys, let's vote. Should we kill the Jews? Okay, if majority vote yes, okay, let's kill the Jews. That's what democracy is. And that's why constitution is very important. Now, the thing is, right now in Canada, this is... It's actually hilarious how big of a deal this is and how a lot of people don't even understand it. In fact, Brian Peckford literally said he doesn't even trust the press to explain this properly. So that's why he went to Jordan Peterson, which is, first of all, that's kind of sad, but also, come on, Jordan Peterson is awesome. Now, the thing is, sorry, I'm going to try to calm myself down. By the end of this lawsuit, things will never be the same. Because if he is victorious, if Brian Pepper just pray to God he is victorious, then Canada is going to be, in my opinion, way better. We're going to have a stronger constitution, and we need to be less worried about tyrannical governments. But if this fails, I'll bet any money that anybody wants in the comment that in the next 10 years Canada will not exist. Like Canada's version. Some provinces might split off. Some provinces might make another country. Some provinces might even join America. Because you have to understand, if this lawsuit fails, it means that what constitution? Our constitution is useless. So if Alberta says they want to secede from, the Canadian Confederation, I know Americans think it's union, but in Canada we're confederation. I know it sounds weird. If Alberta, and then they're like, oh, what do you mean you can't split? And then like, why can't we split? Because of the Constitution. What Constitution? You guys literally aren't even following it. Like, the Constitution is now useless. It's over. And so Alberta and Saskatchewan can definitely split and become the 51st and 52nd state of US. Or they could be in their own country. Personally, I don't want a split to happen because there's always a danger to it. But to me, if the Constitution is useless, then I 100% support and endorse the split. Because if Canada is no longer a constitutional country, then those provinces, the Western provinces, should leave. Because again, they're not getting their fair representatives, they're not getting their rights protected. There's not even any right to be protected. They'd rather either have their own constitution or at least go with the American Constitution, because they're like, hey, at least America is following their constitution. We don't follow our constitution. And that's the amazing thing of this is, I'm kind of excited, but also kind of worried. But I think whatever happens is going to be a good thing. Because if this succeeds, awesome, we have a constitution. Canada will be an actual constitutional country. If it fails, well then fuck it. They'll leave and Canada will be split, and maybe that's for the best. Maybe Canada needs a peaceful divorce. Maybe. Because there's 4 Western provinces. 3 of them definitely have a more separatist tendency. British Columbia, which is our most Western province, doesn't have the same. And so that's what, I mean, there was already a party called like the Wexit Party, the Western Exit Party. And there's even a smaller one that is Alberta 51 that actually wants Alberta to become the 51st state of the US. And these are things, again, personally, again, I don't want these things to happen, but if the Constitution is useless, then yeah, they should happen. Because these provinces really aren't getting their fair share. And the funny thing is, this equalization payment is one of the many reasons they would want to leave. The COVID stuff is just the straw that broke the camel's back. Actually, not the straw, this is the boulder that was already put on the back of a broken back camel. Like, this is, the COVID stuff is insane. So either way, let us see what happens in the future. Except for watching, let me know if there's anything I can do to improve the quality of my videos. Anything. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to be offended. Feel free to say anything. Even if you don't like my nose, just say it. Just anything with the quality, anything. Just please. I really want to improve the videos. And have a wonderful day.